the person is logged into their OnlyFans and now has access to their OnlyFans, and they didn't actually do that. They didn't make the purchases themselves because their email address has been compromised. There's a possibility of where their credit card has been compromised as well as their personal identity. So someone could set up a OnlyFans account in their name with their credit card and they had nothing to do with it. Similarly to where people have stolen identities all the time for bigger things that can happen. So someone could, again, just create, an account inside OnlyFans, buy a bunch of your stuff, and unfortunately, OnlyFans is going to have to give that person back that money that they, because they spent it on you, but they didn't actually spend it. So you end up getting scammed. You had nothing to do with it. Neither did the person who, had their identity stolen or their credit card stolen, but you're still out the amount of money no matter what you particularly did. So again, it's hard to really know here because everyone wants to make money, but if somebody is just too motivated to want to spend a whole bunch of money on you out of nowhere, that should raise a red flag. If they're brand new to OnlyFans, that could possibly raise a red flag. Although some people do jump on right on OnlyFans and want to spend some money, so it's hard to say. But in that particular scam, it's just everyone loses except for the person who committed the scam to begin with. So you have to remember that they themselves, were scammed, and now it's just a pain for everyone. So they are definitely going to get their money back, and that's going to take money out of your account. Then there's also the classic gift card scam. This has been very famous for a long time. And the reason why someone might ask for gift cards, so for instance, the scam could be as simple as saying, I only have to get $50 in gift cards, or you give me $50 in gift cards and I'll send you $200 or something. The reason is because there's no accountability on gift cards, and someone can spend the money on a gift card without any ID, without anything, just the code on the back of the gift card. So that's immediate money to them. So it doesn't seem like money to you, but everything else can kind of like go away. But that gift card money can be something that they can use then to buy items and then resell those items. So someone could get Amazon gift cards, for instance, and you can buy them Amazon or Walmart. Walmart's the most famous. Walmart gift cards, they go into Walmart, they use those gift cards to buy things, then they go and sell those things, for maybe half. So somebody else buys them and they think they've got a great deal, like, oh wow, I got this for half because it was stolen. So now, your original, $50 in gift cards has made them a real life $20, and that's $20 more than they had. So if anyone brings up in any way in your transactions with OnlyFans gift cards and how they want you to buy them gift cards, that's a problem. Now, Amazon gift cards, if someone wants to hand you Amazon gift cards, in most instances, that isn't a problem. But if they are asking you to give gift cards to receive back actual money, again, they are just going to go back and they're going to try to do a chargeback, or it could be that they are in possession of a stolen credit card or stolen identity or stolen information, and they're not going to have to pay anything at all to begin with. So, all of that is something to keep in mind. Okay, so what do you never do under any circumstances? So you never provide screenshots of your bank account, screenshots of your Cash App balance, or credit card information. If someone is asking you for any of these things, they are trying to fish for information. It might seem harmless. So you think to yourself, okay, they just want to know how much my balance is in my bank account, or they just want to see how much the balance is. What they're doing is they're trying to look to see how much money you have they can steal from you. So, if someone brings up in any transaction at all, hey, can I just see how much, your balance is? I mean, I wouldn't even give them the balance in an OnlyFans account. I wouldn't give them a balance in any way, shape, or form, because what they're doing is they're just fishing to see that you have money that they can steal. And that's a problem. So that seems harmless that you're screenshotting. And of course, if you're not blocking out your actual account information, that's huge too. Any numbers in your accounts, you do not give those out. Do not, and then secondly, don't provide any personal information to anyone on OnlyFans in any way, shape, or form. First and last name, address, city, location. I don't believe you should give any of that information out. It just lends you to being able to be scammed easier, and you just don't know what people's intent. And I would say 99%. Maybe that's a lie. Maybe we'll go with, if we're taking into account that people just want to get something for nothing. Maybe we'll go up to 75%. But 75%, 80% of people are good people. They're just on there. They want to subscribe. They want to tip. They want to do right. Obviously, OnlyFans wouldn't survive if this was just nothing but a giant scam, enterprise with all these, people chargebacking and bank accounts. But that's why OnlyFans, pays so much for their credit card processing system, so that all of these things can be taken care of by them on their end. So for a lot of people, I do get frustrated as a creator because there's all these problems. But it's important to remember that OnlyFans is kind of a shield in front of a lot of these problems. And some of them are going to get through. Some of these scammers are going to get through. But a lot of these people are cut out before they even get to, the starting gate, before they even get into the system. So, they're red flags. So OnlyFans is definitely looking out for itself. It's up to you on how you feel, how much they're looking out for creators. But I will say, because they have to look out for themselves, they are trying to keep scammers off of the site. All right, so how do you detect money scams? Okay, so here's some red flags that you can look for. If the message you receive is long, I mean several paragraphs long, and that's the first message you receive. Normal people don't do this. There are very few people who will take the time to write paragraph long, messages to someone they've never spoken to before. If you're getting that, like, first off, bam, paragraph, basically they're trying to manipulate you, and that's a big sign. Like, oh, okay, this is not how normal people come at me. They're coming at me with all these words and to try to sell me on something, to make me feel, comfortable about something. And I don't even know them. So that's a problem. There might be, there's the occasional scammer that, will send, hey, hi. But a lot of them send long paragraphs because they're just trying to send this out to as many people as possible in hopes that they will catch, a few fish in a giant net. All right. And then secondly, it's obviously copy and paste. So, if you're seeing something that doesn't include your name, doesn't include anything, just is very obviously like copy pasta, that's a sign. And obviously there's some people who do that, when they're trying to, pick up a conversation or start a conversation. They might use the same lines or whatever. They might copy paste. But you can tell here that that's something, a red flag, because they are stating out, what the message that they feel works over and over again. And then also there are spelling and grammar issues usually in these kind of statements. Now, not always. There are certainly scams that come if you're, in an English-speaking country, which 99% of everyone listening right now is in an English-speaking country. There are English-speaking scammers, obviously, with, wonderful language skills. But a good majority of people who are sending a lot of scams out are not in English-speaking countries, where laws are just a lot more lax, and there's very few repercussions for scamming, and where amounts of money like $5 or $10 is a huge amount of money in certain parts of the world. It's hard to even explain how much a $5 bill would be to someone in some countries. So any amount that they can get from you is huge. So you will see spelling and grammar issues, or just, okay, this is just not right. This doesn't read right. There's a few words missing. Something's off, as far as the language is concerned. And then next, they mention legal terms, things like NDAs and agreements. No one talks like that again over social media on an OnlyFans. No one is trying to bind you into legalese when they're just talking to you normally and, just want to get some pics, want to get some vids. They don't start talking about these kind of things and these agreements that they're trying to make themselves sound official and important. So if you're seeing those kind of words in a message, especially again, like the first message you get, that's a big red flag. And then next, large sums of money are involved. This is what will happen is that they know that people are in need of money, and they will put out sums of money that just seem astronomical. $1,000 tips, or 10,000, certainly when people are talking about monthly, I'll pay you $12,000 a month, things like that, that'll really make your eyes pop. And what'll happen there is that the goal there is to make you lose perspective. Big numbers make people lose perspective. People play the lottery because of big numbers. They go to casinos because of big numbers. People love big numbers because, that is like, wow, okay, I can achieve that. So this is to make you lose perspective and to go into their world, into their mindset and thinking. And at that point, once you're kind of down the rabbit hole and following that rabbit, you lose, perspective of where you are. So, don't let those big numbers, fool you. And that's what they're going to use. So that's a big thing to detect. And then lastly, just, they are playing into your belief that things are fair. So, when somebody comes in and they're like, hey, I tipped too much, or, OnlyFans is going to cover it and all this other things aren't fair. And, people have this belief that they're going to get their money back because the system will take care of them. And 99% of the time it doesn't. The scammer walks away with their money. You walk away with your effort and no money. It's just how it is. So don't have the perspective, especially if OnlyFans is your first business endeavor, that things are fair. They're not. And so when someone comes at you with one of these ideas or these scams, just remember to think of yourself first. No matter what manipulative language is being used, think about yourself and think about if that person was right in front of you. I think a lot of times with online scams, that's how they really get you, is because it's, so distant. But if someone was right in front of you and you were standing outside of a grocery store and they came up and said, hey, I'll give you $50 if you give me $10, in gift cards, you'd never do it. You just keep walking. You'd be scared. You say, no, thank you. But, it all sounds good when it's just written words. And that can be, a bad thing for you. But definitely you want to just remember that things aren't fair. OnlyFans is going to take care of itself. It's going to take care of its, processing company. Its processing company has rules. And you are the last person in that line who's going to get taken care of as a creator. So you have to make sure to take care of yourself. Okay, so that was how to avoid OnlyFans scams, part 1, money scams. As I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about more scams like social media scams as well in future episode. I just wanted to cover money scams first because they are really ones that plague OnlyFans creators, especially new creators who are just not used to a world like this. So again, my name is Richard Lewis. I am the founder of OnlyFans Hero and the Learn OnlyFans Marketing 101 course on Udemy. You can find this podcast on Instagram at OnlyFans Secrets Podcast. You can also find us on Reddit at r/OnlyFans Secrets, which is a marketing community on Reddit. As well as we are on OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/OnlyFans Hero. Please follow and subscribe to us on there for free.